What's going on, everyone? It's Brody back again with another tennis question, and today's tennis topic is going to be about the mental side of tennis and why tennis is considered a mental sport. Now, a lot of the times when you're watching tennis, you see those players at the pro level, the collegiate level, the high school player, the club level. Those players, you see the physicality, you see the shots they're making, you see them moving to the ball, you see all the flexibility they have, you see all of that, and that's all the physical aspect of it. But we typically don't see what's going on inside here mentally in the players' heads. Some of the things that they're juggling, they have to know where their opponent is. They have to know where they want to put their shot. They have to know how to get to the ball. They have to know where to go. They have to know what shot they want to hit. They have to figure out what their opponent's weaknesses are. They have to know how they want to play. They have to know how much spin to put onto the ball. And there's a bunch of culminations of different things going on inside of a tennis player's head that a lot of people don't know about. So if they lose focus even for one instance, so like they're waiting for the return and the opponent serves, they have a few seconds, if that, to judge where they think that ball is going to go. And then they're going to split step this way, they're going to split step this way, they can go forward or anything else. But if they're wrong, they've either just screwed themselves for the entire point or they've lost the point. Maybe they guessed right and they can actually start to play now. Tennis has so many moving pieces into it. It's just like playing chess, but real life. You as the player, you are the king. You are commanding all of your forces, and you have to hope and strategize what you actually know you can do and what you think your opponent's going to do, and you need to be at least 5 to 15 moves ahead in order for you to actually come out on top and win the game. Now, a lot of tennis players, what they do is they focus a lot on the physical aspect of it. They focus on getting the body right. They focus on getting the stamina. They focus on getting all the strokes correct. And that's great. That's amazing. That will definitely help you as you continue to play and as you continue to grow as a player. However, once you start adding in the tactics of tennis, whether that be serve and return right away for a winner, whether that be conditioning your opponent to go to one side more and then changing direction, whether that be focusing more on your opponent's weakness versus their strength or going to their strength so that you can open the court up. There's a whole bunch of different things mentally that goes on in a player's mind that they have to figure out right there on the spot, no matter what the conditions are. Because if they can't figure it out, then they're going to be at a disadvantage as they go and play throughout the match, and that's just going to make it even more difficult for them to have a good match, win the match, and potentially continue on into whatever they're playing, whether it be a tournament, match with friends, or a high school just event. Now, the mental aspect of tennis, a lot of this comes down to just how focused a player can be while they're on the court. I know you, myself included, and probably you watching this, you've had many times where you're just doing a random task and all of a sudden you have an idea pop in your mind. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go do that. So you walk in, you walk out, you go into the kitchen and you're just like, why did I come in here? If that happens in a tennis match, good luck. You have lost your mind right there for a second, and that 1 second could have cost you that point. And if that was match point or if that was the game, you just put yourself in a very bad situation. So you have to remain focused almost the entire time. Now, when I've been on court before, some people have different ways of staying focused. Some people will repeat mantras in their head. Some people will go ahead and they'll always be looking at their opponent. They'll be like, okay, what do I think he's gonna do? What do I think they're gonna do? Where do I think this ball's gonna go? And then they'll start to position themselves and move differently to where they think. Or for me, for some odd reason, I would just start like playing songs in my head to calm my nerves because I didn't want to get jumpy or just potentially do something a lot in haste when I know I could have done it a little slower to make sure I got it correct. That's one of the other things. The emotional and the mental control that the tennis players need to have while they're on the court is intense. We are typically on the court alone, especially if we're playing singles, and then we have one other person with us if we're playing doubles. That is not a lot to keep you going compared to other sports where you have a giant team that can come around you and be like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what's going on. No, we don't have that. Tennis, we have it to where it's us against them. So you have to have a very strong mentality in order for you to make sure that You know what you're doing, you know what you're wanting to do, you know what you're gonna aim for, you know what you think your opponent's gonna do, and we have to play these mental gymnastics all of the time while still remaining focused enough to take whatever's coming back at us so that we can make sure that we are able to play correctly, play to our strengths, and play to win. If we let our emotions get out of hand, sometimes you'll see players, they'll get very angry, they may smash a racket or two to let off some steam, and then they come right back into it and they're good. That works for some players, not for all. Some players, if they get mad, especially I know when I was playing against people would get mad at me because I would be just almost like a wall. I'd get everything back. They'd get so mad, they get frustrated, they try and hit a winner, and then they miss. It's all about knowing what you do well, balancing those emotions, and making sure that you are aware of what's going on within yourself as well as outside and what your opponent's doing so that they know and you know how you can best play this game. There's a lot that goes into tennis. You have to not only build physically, you have to build mentally, and you also have to start building emotionally because of everything that tennis requires out of you. And now, with that being said, if you like the video, leave a like on it. Comment down below any more questions you may have about the tennis mentality. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. And as well as subscribe to the channel so that we can grow this channel and get rid of a lot of the tennis misinformation that's in the tennis community. I saw a lot of it, and that's why I took it upon myself to make this channel so that we could get the information from the people who have it to the people who need it. So, with that being said, as always, take care.